The future of Halo and 343 Industries has just been revealed. Last night, after the community stage panel, 343 revealed that there would be a special studio update today just before the World Finals. And that studio update has of course just happened. And it's given us some extremely juicy stuff to jump straight into. First of all, the rebrand. 343 Industries is technically no more, now being called Halo Studios, showing their dedication to the series, as well as letting people know that the studio has of course changed. They're under new leadership now, there's going to be a new employment process, a lot of stuff is going to be different, and they're no longer the same 343 Industries that made Halo 4, Halo 5, and was working on Halo Infinite. And this, in my opinion, is the right move. It's no surprise that at this point there is some negative connotations to the name 343 Industries, so a name change for the company isn't all that surprising, and it would likely mean that when the next game is released, people will go into this with an open mind. I mean, again, this studio is no longer being run by the same people. Yes, technically Microsoft are of course still at the top, but the people running 343 itself are no longer the same, and there's going to be a ton of new blood, fresh blood, flowing through the company, helping to make those future Halo titles. Speaking of which, they of course reiterated that there is multiple Halo titles in development, and they are being worked on in Unreal Engine 5. This is of course a rumour that has circulated for an extremely long time, whether it was even true at the time or not. So of course 343 have now switched to a different engine, which means they don't need to focus on being a tech company too. They don't need to worry about the stability of Slipspace or the Blam engine that they've worked in previously. Unreal is of course a very powerful engine and also one that is extremely accessible. As a game design student myself through college and now in university, Unreal is basically the standard, so it's going to be a lot easier for 343 to onboard employees into making Halo games, as a lot more people have experience in Unreal Engine, which again just ensures higher quality and makes it a lot easier for the staff too, which is great as Unreal is much more accessible and probably much more user friendly too. I know some people are going to have mixed feelings on this, on whether or not Halo will feel right in a new engine, and on that one, all I can really say is let's wait and see. 343 are obviously going to be extremely dedicated to whatever this next project is. Sorry, I mean Halo Studios. That one really is going to take some time to get used to. And I'm honestly really excited to see what their first game in Unreal and their first game as Halo Studios will be. And we kind of got a glimpse at the stuff they're working on. Not that this is exactly a new title, but it could definitely have links to one. They showed us some test footage in Engine, showing us a couple of different biomes, and straight away, this looks so good. The Halo visuals in Unreal look unreal. I do believe the assets pretty much are the ones from Infinite here, like the beam emitter towers, the Mark 5 armor, and the elite armor that is shown here. And the Flood stuff and the Blightlands do look quite similar to the Flood assets that we've seen implemented in Forge. But these environments absolutely look stellar. The Mark 5 looks gorgeous, and of course even the elites. The lighting here is just really good. The foliage, again, the Forerunner towers, they look phenomenal, and I cannot wait for them to release a game in this engine that looks as good as this test footage and experience walking around another Halo ring or another Forerunner facility or whatever else for the first time. Now of course, one thing that immediately stuck out to me was the fact that they are using the Mark 5 armor for this as opposed to the Mark 6, which I think at this point more people are familiar with. Of course, some of you might remember a while back there was a rumor circulating about a Combat Evolved remake, which would supposedly be in Unreal Engine, and I do think these two could be linked together. This could actually indicate that they are working on a Combat Evolved remake, or this could actually have just been where that rumor stemmed from the entire time. Maybe there was no Combat Evolved remake, and it actually just stemmed from some of this test footage. Both, I think, are entirely plausible theories. Again, we know 343 are working on multiple Halo projects. Sorry again, Halo Studios. I think Halo 7 is definitely a good few years away. I think the scope of that is probably going to be much larger now, but I do feel like we could see some smaller projects released in between. And again, whatever comes out, I'm excited for it. I will be there day one, no matter what. Anyway, of course, I wasn't expecting a new game announcement or anything today. This is honestly more than I expected. I was just thinking it probably would just be a studio name change, but seeing some test footage in Unreal, honestly, really cool stuff. And again, I just can't wait for the future of Halo, man. But that will be everything from me today. Let me know what you all think down in the comments. Are you excited for the future of Halo now? Are you excited to see what Halo Studios will cook up? Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.